good afternoon as it is. Yes, so we're out on this lovely day, and unlike normally when I come out and hike, I am actually out here for a very particular photograph. It's one that I see all the time when I'm out here walking for my 6 miles twice a week, but luckily I don't have to walk all that way to actually get to the photo that I want. There's a shorter parking lot that I can take. That's what I'm doing now. So it's only about a half mile back. And yeah, so the point of this video is I'm still going to probably find a couple other photos because it is a pretty nice area. And I'll put those in here. But what I'm really looking for is this one specific photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out, I'm going to shoot it, and then I'm going to take you through the entire editing process. We're out here, and let me show you the shot. So what you've got is you've got this one dead tree trunk in the middle of this pond, and it's completely separated from everything else. What I really want to get is an isolated shot of it, so you can kind of see the trees in the foreground, and then a blurred out background. So I've essentially brought everything I might need. So I'm suspecting that to get the separation that I want, I'm going to need to use the 100 to 400, but I might be able to get away with a 50mm in just a very shallow depth of field, but we won't know until we try. Okay, so that's going to do it for this particular shot. We had some water snake friends over here, so I think I got at least one good shot of them. Generally speaking, you don't bother them, they won't bother you, so I was staying plenty away for that. But I took a couple different angles of this shot, and I don't know which one I necessarily like best, but I'll go over that and pick one, and then next you'll see we'll be editing it in the studio. So I go ahead and open it up in Affinity Photo. I prefer Affinity Photo over Photoshop. As you can see, I've got some just basic adjustments. All I'm doing really is adding some contrast, clarity, saturation, just the stuff that isn't going to be there because I shoot raw. I also tend to expose a little bit to the left, so I do some adjustments with the exposure, and then I go in and I do a little bit more fine-tuned manual contrast adjustments using the curves feature. There's a little bit of softness in the photo, which I mean at this resolution it's not going to be that bad because I don't anticipate printing this out at 13 feet wide or something like that. After I'm done with the develop, I really don't need to do that much, just add a little bit of sharpening. I do most of my work in camera. I don't do a whole lot of post-processing, but just enough to make it look a little bit more presentable and get rid of what the kind of softness and lack of contrast you get with shooting raw. One thing that I did do with this photo is I added in a Orton effect. The Orton effect, in the way that I create it, is using a Gaussian blur and some manipulation of the brightness and contrast. And what that does is it gives the light kind of a softer, almost Vaseline-esque appeal to it. But the nice thing about doing it digitally in this way, rather than having something physical on the lens or a filter or something, is that I can kind of fine-tune where I want that effect to be and how intense I want that effect to be. So I just have to do a couple more adjustments here. And you'll note that I will apply the effect at its full strength and then try and dial it back. Generally speaking, I like to apply heavier modifications on my photos and then pull back when I need to. That way I can kind of identify what the difference is going to be, because I'm setting this about 15% and it doesn't really look like there's that much. It's just a subtle little change. And then here's the difference. Here's raw, and then we have the processed version. And that's going to be it for this video. So I'll see you when I see you.